and wrap up the week here. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic Day Trader, and this is your market wrap for June 28th, 2019. Q's basically flat down 18 cents, 0.1%, and SPY as well. Coming into today, neutral to bearish until the Q's break the high from Wednesday, and then we'll be neutral all the way around. So SPY did take it out, and then the Q's here, Q's have yet to do so. Okay, so still waiting to see the Q's break out, and then we will no longer be bearish at all in the Q's, but the SPY have already done it. So SPY pretty neutral here, actually even looking more bullish than the Q's. You can see actually the SPY up 0.4 there, showing a lot more strength in the Q's. The daily, however, remains bullish. Okay, we did acknowledge that we're doing a daily buy setup here on the Q's and SPY. So despite this week being a red week here on the SPY and on the Q's, we are setting up a daily buy setup. We're actually starting to look a little bit more bullish. Okay, you can see that the Q's are also trying to work their way out of the recent hourly downtrend. Okay, so market is really in a holding pattern. I think if we break out, right, you can see where the consolidation is. This is the level that we'll be watching over Wednesday's high, 187.33. If we break over that, we're going to have to switch to a bullish bias, look for the next setup, and we will be looking for a way to get in this. And then that SPY is already doing the hourly buy setup there after breaking Wednesday's high. So Q's are definitely more, or SPY is definitely more bullish than the Q's. All right, and we're starting to set up for the next move. I think the next move, if we break out, if the Q's participate as well, is going to lead to a bigger move than the any kind of breakdown. I think if we break down lower, it's going to be a very short move into support. But so we'll wait and see. Right now, signs are pointing, price is pointing to the next leg higher, but we'll see. Okay, we know exactly where the Q's need to get over, and we will be all out bullish if it does that. All right, so what I wanted to go over today is the patterns from this afternoon. Okay, so let's take a look at them. I'm not going to go in over them in any particular order. We'll just kind of run through them as they're already set up on this list, starting with there will be longs and shorts. So I'll tell you that these weren't necessarily dependent on the market themselves. Okay, WDC breakout over the highs. We also have a bullish daily here. Now, if you play the play at the end of the day with me yesterday on the AXL, you can see that it's just the same pattern, right? Same pattern here. Breakout over the highs. We didn't get quite as nice a move as the WC. Well, at least unless you held it till this morning, which I did not. I wasn't planning on turning the day trade into a swing trade. But just a breakout over the highs. You can see a lot nicer follow through here on the WDC. If you're in the room, you know that we went over all of these prior to them breaking out, prior to them triggering. If you're not in the room, you can just kind of take my word for it. And then, you know, I think if these weren't on your radar, just you can maybe recognize that the additional scanning that we do in the room could benefit your trading and the opportunities that you're aware of. Okay, so now on to the SUPV. So this one has worked a little bit. Another kind of breakout over the highs. You can see the quality, the similarities in quality to the WDC, SUPV. Of course, we want to make sure that we have a bullish looking daily, right? And that's what we have. Did a pullback based out sideways, and then doing a similar high of the day base breakout here on the SUPV. So I think it's worked. Yeah, only a little bit, but you know, I just wanted to include that one. Don't know how it's going to turn out yet. Still yet to be seen. SRNE as a short here. This was a gap down on the news that I was doing a secondary, clearing those lows here. And we went over, we had a breakout that got no follow through, retest the topping tail, and then the idea was lower on this. So you can see very nice follow through there on the SRNE after grinding all morning. right? And then kind of the final hour here getting a nice drop. All right, SPY cues we went over. HPJ was given also as an idea, did not trigger here over this. This is going private, so it's kind of, is this going to move? Is this not going to move? Probably not going to move, and so far, not moving. So, okay, that's fine. No harm, no foul. HCM was given off the 15 here, breakdown to new lows, and then actually setting up again here. Fortunately, we only have 5 minutes. That's going to be tough. Could it end up being as nice of a drop here as the ACRS at the end of the final end of the day there? Yeah, it's possible. But kind of inviting also some trouble there with the increased volatility of the last few minutes. So this one earlier and then in the last hour here really hasn't done anything, just gotten sideways. But I don't think you would have lost money on a short there. CDMO is given as a breakout here. Okay, let's take a look at the daily. We did have a gap up, right? Clearing resistance. Very, very bullish on this. Now, this one I would say probably the best play of the morning. So I'm not trying to say that there aren't things to play in the morning, right? But that the afternoon, whereas I think it's the expectation for most traders, especially on a Friday afternoon, that things will be pretty quiet and slow. I just have found that there's been a lot of good setups. And then these last two, Camp was looking for it over this kind of double top, never ended up triggering. That's fine. And then the ACRX. ACRX, the best play of the afternoon here, was a 15-minute pullback to the rising 20 MA, and then also a breakout here on the ACRX. So this, I think, made a lot of people's day, a lot of people's week even on this ACRX, because this was a very, very big move on the ACRX. So, and again, you know, coming up in the afternoon. So I think there's a lot really that can be gained from the room. We are moderating and going over trades from open to close, you know, and so even if you're not getting the ideas or taking the plays, even just the establishing of a routine to continuously stay focused and find these ideas and make something out of the afternoons, even after some of that morning volatility has quieted down, I think can be a big benefit. And so I think it's always a sign of a professional trader to me when you are still as focused at the end of the day as you were in the pre-market preparing for the day, right? So you know, it's those kind of habits which I think should be commended and really lend themselves to longevity. Okay, so even if you're not, you know, going to be getting just the ideas from us, right? It's even just the routine and the behavior. Okay, so I think it's something to consider. There's a discount going on, a promotion going on for the room currently. Okay, to try it out for 30 days. I mean, one of these ACRX plays will pay for it many times over. At the very least, you can kind of see what you can gain from it. I don't think there's much to be lost from trying out the room, right? And so I think it's the promotion to take advantage of. This is about as good as a discount that T3 is willing to do. So, oh, big pop here in the Qs. Okay, so we'll see how much this pop is going to be. It's not going to be all that big here on the like hourly and daily, but you know, we did recognize that the path of least resistance here for the Qs and SPY is to the upside, right? That we were basing out, we were trying to shed the hourly. SPY is already working on that hourly buy setup. And look at the SPY. We also recognize that the SPY showing more bullishness than the Qs, already up to the new highs there, working off of that hourly buy setup. So, you know, there you go. You can see kind of that analysis working in real time. All right, so the market's going to close here in just a minute. Hope you did well this week. All right, next week will be an abbreviated week. There will be a shortened day on Wednesday, and then Thursday we are closed for observance of July 4th. Okay, so maybe a little bit slower next week, but we'll see. We'll just make sure that we are ready and available and take advantage of whatever shows up. All right, have a great weekend, and I will talk to you on Monday.